Hey everybody, happy holidays. This is Dr. Levi, and welcome to the Dr. Levi Show. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2016. Beautiful here in LA, but slightly chilly. It's like in the 40s, 50s at night. I mean, really, really cold. So I hope wherever you are, it's warmer than it is right here in Los Angeles. And I know everyone's getting ready for the holiday season. It's really wonderful to think about this time of the year. I love Christmas. You know, I love Thanksgiving more, but I really love Christmas also. So if you're celebrating Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, I hope you're really having time to enjoy your family and friends and relax, and really to enjoy the spirit of those holidays. It's really about giving, not about what we can take, but about giving things away. This year I've made the solemn vow to myself to really not accept any gifts at all, but to give everything away, specifically all gifts. I've told my staff, my friends, my family that if you want to give me a gift, please don't. Take that money and donate it to a worthy cause like the Leukemia Lymphoma Foundation, Pediatric AIDS Foundation, Lupus Foundation, Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation. There are so many charities that are in need of money. Why? Because they want to be able to do research. So if giving me a gift was going to take away from that, I don't want it. I want you to give that away. So I'm asking everyone listening to this holiday show to think about that. Instead of giving gifts, what about giving a monetary donation to a charity that you love and that you appreciate, and that's really doing great work in the community to actually stop and battle cancer, and maybe think about doing something else? What about volunteering your time? That's even better sometimes than money, because we need your manpower, we need your creativity. We always say we want to give of our gifts, our time, and our treasure. Well, the treasure, of course, is the money. The gifts, whatever you can do really, really well. It can be cooking or sewing or cleaning, whatever that may be. But those are things that you can do to help other people. And of course, your time. Time is the most valuable thing we have because we can never go back in time, at least not yet. So with that said, I hope you really consider giving, and donating more. You know, the holiday seasons are really about really going deep within yourself and thinking about how can you make the new year better. What about 2017? It's right around the corner. So what about thinking about your New Year's resolutions and also your resolutions for life? Thinking about getting rid of people and things, that could be family or friends, that no longer work for you. You know, that don't really make your life feel better. You want to think about people in your life as those individuals that lift you up, that encourage you, that inspire you, that make you have greater aspirations for your life, of being of greater service to humanity. So if you have people and situations and even family members that no longer work for you, maybe think about this: loving them from a distance. And that's okay. Long as you're okay with being with yourself and by yourself. It could be your husband, your wife, your spouse, your partner, your sister, your brother, a colleague that you work with. If someone or some situation in your life is making you feel like you're less than, or if you feel like you need validation from other people, well, I want you to think about letting those people, letting those things, letting those situations go, so that 2017 can be more phenomenal, more spectacular, and more amazing. Why? Because you deserve that. You deserve to have a life that is just phenomenal, a life that gives you greater prosperity, greater success. And remember, to get prosperity and success, if you don't have it right now, maybe think about doing something different. Why? Because if you do the same things, you continue to get the same results. So if you want something that's not in your life right now, today, at this moment, in the now, make a change so you can get those things. Why? Because you deserve that. You deserve to have a life that's really phenomenal and spectacular and magnanimous and great, because you're great, you're magnanimous, you're phenomenal. That's what this Christmas show is about. It's about reminding you to live in that place of maximization, maximizing your life, optimizing your life, feeling good about who you are, where you are, and what you're accomplishing. Why? Because there's only one of you in the entire universe. How amazing is that? So during this holiday season of Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, really feel good about you and think about giving more during this season. Well, this show is the Q&A show, questions and answers, from my YouTube station, from Twitter, Facebook. Lots of questions from the gaming community, and some are about general health and well-being. So I'll answer your question. I want to remind you, of course, and I want to tell you I'm grateful for your subscriptions and following and liking on all our social media platforms of Dr. Levi Harrison. So it could be, and also I want to remind you too, Twitch TV, the first Saturday in every month at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So join me there also, and I'll answer your question about gaming, about fitness, about health, and of course about well-being. As a physician, as a surgeon, specifically as an orthopedic hand upper extremity plastic surgeon, my goal is really about getting everyone healthy and fit for life. Not just for summer to get into that bathing suit or that dress or that suit that you want to get into. No, it's more than that. Our show is about reminding you to make changes in your lifestyle so that you can be fit and so that you can be healthy. It's not about simply the diet. It's about, are you maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Are you doing the right thing when no one's watching? Are you eating properly? Are you exercising? That's the ticket. And the thing about a healthy body and a healthy, fit body looks healthy and fit because it is. He or she does the exercise to promote fitness. You want to really live in that place of knowing and understanding that fitness is a lifestyle. It's really one of the elixirs of life. We have to do it. So often we think that exercise is about doing this once or twice a week, or doing it when we feel like it, or doing it when the weather is nice. Well, what about when it's cold outside? What about when it's rainy, when it's snowy, when it's slushy outside? Still, no excuse. We have to exercise. Our bodies appreciate it. Our minds appreciate it. The other great thing about exercise is this. It not only increases your mental retention and how you feel, increases the amount of endorphins in your body, it's also great for your libido. It's great for your memory and retention. It's great for your overall feeling of wellness. So please continue to do it. I love exercise. My book, The Art of Fitness, A Journey to Self-Enhancement, is really about reminding everyone that the gym is where your body is. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to have a gym membership. Give yourself the gift of life by exercising wherever you are. You deserve to do that. You deserve to feel good and know and understand that your body, even right now, if you're overweight or underweight or very fit or not very fit, I still want you to consider loving yourself just the way you are. The media gives us all these, I call these icons of what fitness should be and how thin someone should be and how tall they should be. Don't subscribe to the dogmatic drama. Just don't. Love you just the way you are. No matter how tall or short you are, or fat or thin, just love you. And then make those small, sustainable steps to be fit, to be healthy, to really make these transitions to a lifestyle of being healthy. That's what it's about. I want you to really consider this. For the holiday season, when you go to a Christmas party, eat before you go, and when you go, maybe get some water with some lemon and some lime and just walk around, talk to people, laugh with people. Avoid the holiday drink. Avoid overeating. Avoid over-drinking, overindulging. What about simply enjoying your family and friends because they're there? What about that? What about having authentic conversation? Not conversation that you've had with 20 other people there. No. Really taking time to look someone in their eyes and ask them, how are you doing? How's the Christmas season going for you? How's life for you? How are you enjoying the new home? How's your husband? How's your wife? How's your partner? How are the kids? Really authentic conversation, and really be engrossed and be present for the conversation. Not just a quick, oh, yeah. No, really to be present so that you can really know that as you indulge in authentic conversation with other people, they'll have the same type of authentic repartee with you. It's so very, very important. So this show, the holiday show, is about reminding you to give more, to maybe make a paradigmatic shift in what is the giving about. It's not simply about receiving, it's about giving to charities, giving to, if you have like a rape crisis prevention center in your community, if you have a women's shelter in your community, if you have an AIDS project community, if you have someone that's about the Angel Food Project or network, it's about really giving more to all these charities that need your help, that need your time, that need your treasure. All right, so let's talk about some of the questions that I've received from the social media platforms. And again, I really want to thank you for joining me for this show. It's about the season of giving. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, it's about giving. It's about being fit. It's about making appropriate choices that work for your life. And as I said at the beginning, if people and things and situations are not uplifting, if you have people in your life that are negative, that are destroying you, that you don't feel good about, that make you feel badly. When you get off the phone with them, you feel worse than when you called them. If you answer the phone and someone makes you feel less than, if you're talking to people who are very elitist, they think that they're all that in a bag of chips and they think that you're less than, well, what about blocking them? And not just deleting them, because don't forget, someone just told me recently that if you delete someone from your contact list, they can still call you. When you answer, guess what? It's that same person again. So just block them. Block them for life. And then say, Happy Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and bye-bye. It's okay to do that. So often we hold on to things and to people because we think we can't do better, or we feel like it's just an area of comfort for us. So it's easier to keep someone around who's very negative than getting rid of them. We want to get rid of them in a loving, kind, compassionate way. But guess what? Get rid of them. Because if it's not for your growth, it's not for your good. And don't forget, as we grow, people around us, friends and family, they may not grow as quickly with us. Therefore, they'll fall away at the wayside. And that's okay. Because my dad would always say, if you're not losing friends and family as you grow, then you're not really growing. So something to think about. So during this Christmas season, during this season of Hanukkah, during this season of Kwanzaa, I want you to prioritize you. Not in a selfish way, but in a self-preservation way. That you want to feel good about you. Wake up feeling loved and happy and grateful. And knowing that the universe is conspiring for your greater good. Because you deserve that. You deserve all the goodness that the universe has for you. And during the holiday season, I don't think there's a better time of the year to feel grateful and to know and believe that your life matters and that you matter and that you're perfect and wonderful just the way you are. And that during this time of the year, we want to be mindful about our choices of friends, and even about family. We can't choose family, but we can choose when we want to be around them. We can choose when we want to talk with them. We can choose that. So if you go to that Christmas party and family's going to be there, you see that person who's not been very kind to you, I challenge you to be nicer to them. I challenge you to talk to them, to be loving, to be generous, to be warm and friendly with them. Because don't forget, it's not about being warm and friendly to people that are always warm and friendly to us. That's easy to do. But being warm and friendly to the neighbor or to the family member that doesn't talk. Being warm and friendly to the person that always has a negative attitude. Those people, they need even more love. They need even more care. So just be kind and caring to them. And know and believe that you matter. Self-validate from the inside out. That's what I want you to really think about doing during this season of all those different holidays. So, are you ready? Let's take some questions, either a Q&A. So the first several are from Facebook. So it says, I got thumb pain, which I think developed due to constant working on my smartphone, Note 4. I searched many exercises for relief, but pain still increased. Thank God I watched your video on YouTube with the title of Double Gamer. Since then, I'm trying those moves and now feel some improvement. I'm very thankful to you, doctor, and now I'm on your page, Facebook. I shall be glad if you further guide me in this matter because I'm a diabetic and I want to avoid surgery and painkillers, many things. So I'm grateful that helped you. So the key with the double gamers or gamer's thumb is that this is someone who has tendonitis in the front of the thumb as well as on the volar aspect of the thumb. So this is the dorsum of the thumb and this is the volar aspect. So they may have locking and clicking here and pain back here. So I have a lot of exercises on YouTube and you can access those videos that will really help you. And more importantly, I thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, and Twitter also, because following us there, you get a chance to see some of the newer videos that we just worked on this weekend and more that we're working on this week. So a lot coming this year, 2017 is going to be a major, mega year for the gaming community. I'm grateful to be a part of that community, and more importantly, I know and believe that as a surgeon, as an orthopedist, as a hand surgeon, that these exercises will help you. More importantly, they will help to prevent injury. I don't want to only see you in my office when you have an injury. The goal here is, what can I do to teach you to prevent those injuries from occurring so you can increase the lifetime of your playing career, but more importantly, to play without pain and to play really well and quickly. All right? Now, next question. This is also from Facebook. It's hello. I've struggled with hands, wrist form, finger, thumb, elbow-related issues on a chronic basis due to bad habits and training routines while gaming, playing the guitar, and weight training. Your channel and videos have helped me a lot. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I want to say this. There are a lot of videos I have on there that are really focused for gamers. They're really about increasing your actions per minute and your ability to play defensively. They're also about giving you techniques that you can use every hour while you're gaming. This is what I've asked before, and I'll just reiterate this. I'm asking you, if you game for 1 hour a day, then at the end of that 1 hour, you take a 5 or 10 minute stretch break, do some of those exercises and stretches to really help you. They'll help your fingers, your wrists, your hands, your forearms, your elbows to avoid tendonitis, to avoid pain. The other thing that I want to remind you too is that it's imperative that you use a keyboard that's ergonomically balanced, that you use a mouse that's ergonomically balanced also, and that you set the settings on the mouse at a pace or a quickness that works for you. Don't forget, the higher the setting on the mouse, it takes very little movement of your hand to move the mouse so that the cursor will move very rapidly. The lower the setting, the mouse control has to be increased with your hands. So you have to do what works for you. I recommend a mid-level setting. I think that's been the best. However, when I talk to elite gamers and when I take care of them, all of them say across the board that they use a high setting for their mouse so that they can use very little movement with their hands so they can move the cursor even quicker. So you have to do whatever works for you. The goal here is the following. I want you to avoid coming to me as an orthopedist with any problems. I want you to be healthy, I want you to be fit, and I want you to be able to game for a prolonged period of time without any pain or without any injury. All right? The next question, also from Facebook. Hey, Dr. Levi, I have a question. Maybe you might be able to help. How do you deal with eating because of stress, and then stressing about eating, and then eating because of that stress? It is a constant struggle for me. I'm a very healthy person. I work out almost daily. But some days when I get stressed, I tend to eat more calories and extra meals when I don't need to. Then I get even more stressed after that because I did that, and it causes me to eat more because I think of that. Okay. Then I get more stressed. I don't eat unhealthy things. I normally either snack on dark chocolate or fruits and veggies, but normally more than I usually eat. So in essence, I'm overeating, and that causes me to become even more stressed. This is pretty common for me. Well, I thank you for the question. I thank you for the authentic conversation that we have. And so I want to say this. When it comes to overeating, it's the following. And I've said this again, I'll just repeat it. If you don't buy it, you won't eat it. So think about when you're at the store, when you're at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Ralph's, Vons, Giant, Supermarket, wherever you are, whatever store you choose to shop. When you're there, when you're putting something in that basket, you have to think to yourself, it's one or two things. This is either good for me or it's not. There's never an in-between about food. It's either good or it's not. Now, when you make the decision that it's not good for you, then put it back. When you put it back without any guilt, without any feeling of guilt about it. Just let it go. You want to think about our bodies as the following. Our bodies reflect what we put into them. So if you eat a lot of fat, if you eat a lot of butter and sugar and white flour and things like that, your body will reflect that. Everything will reflect it. Your skin, your eye color, your breath, the health of your bones and your teeth, everything's affected by what we put inside our bodies. So be careful what you put in your mouth. If it's not healthy for you, then don't eat it. If it's not good for you, don't eat it. If it's not healthy, don't drink it. You know, if you're drinking more alcohol, if you're smoking a lot, when could smoking ever be good for you? When could vaping ever be good for you? When could using a hookah ever be good for you? Think about that. So I really want you to not think about living a life as like a monk or a nun or a priest or like the Pope. No, I'm just asking you to make healthier choices. And guess what? We all fail sometimes, all of us, myself included. You know, and when we do, guess what? The next day is a day of redemption. The next day is a day of, for the season, a day of resurrection. You're gonna feel better. You just start the next day and say, okay, yesterday I made some mistakes. Yesterday I didn't exercise. Today I will eat better. Today I will exercise more. Today I will drink more water. Today I'll feel less stress. Because stress, we know, is it's a major killer. So I want you to really think about making those decisions so that you can be healthy, so that you can feel good, so that you can live in the passion of why you were created. And again, I want to remind you, fitness is a journey. It is a lifestyle. You go step by step, day by day. When you have an injury, guess what? You work around the injury. If you hurt your wrist, well, what does it have to do with your legs and your thighs and your glutes and your calves? You work those areas. Work your stomach. Work your core. If you have an injury to your ankle or your knee or your hip, well, okay, I understand that. Rehab those areas, but what about working your triceps, your biceps, your shoulders, your chest, your back, your core? There are always exercises you can do to work around the injury. When I take care of Olympic level athletes, to celebrities, to my neighbors next door, to my friends and family, I always remind them, if you have an injury, if something is bothering you, that does not mean stop exercising. It doesn't mean that. It means you work around the injury, you be more mindful about your diet, and also you do something every day. When I say that, if you're just starting your program, and if you're eating a lot, like this person shared with me, if you're stressing about food, again, when you want to eat, what about grabbing a carrot stick? What about grabbing a stick of celery? What about drinking a little more water? What about munching on some walnuts or some cashews if you're not allergic to those things? There are always things we can do to be healthy. There are always things we can do to make better choices. All of us. And the thing is, when we make those choices, guess what? You're going to feel better. You're going to think more clearly. Your libido will be higher. Your retention and your memory will be better. All these things are about building a better you, because why? We want you to maximize your life. We want you to optimize your life. We want you to feel good about who you are, where you are, what you're achieving, and to know and understand that you matter, that you count. You really do. Period. You matter. You know, if there are 3 words I can give you to think about for the next 6 months, think about these 3 words. You ready? I am worthy. When you know you're worthy, you don't have to have a companion. If you have one, great. If they lift you up, fantastic. You have a wife or a husband or a partner, and they even make you feel better, fantastic. But if you know already that you are worthy, again, I am worthy, that one affirmation alone will give you the power to stand by yourself, to go out on a date with yourself, to wake up with yourself, happy, stress-free, no problems. Think about that. You deserve that. So the key is the following. If you're stress eating, don't buy the things that are there that are unhealthy. If you feel stressed out, keep a journal, write down, well, why am I feeling stressed? Why do I want this food? Why do I want food that I know is not good for me? Why do I want to eat this whole bag of potato chips? Why do I want to go out and buy a whole cake and eat the entire cake? Why do I want to take out the sleeve of cookies and eat the 3 other sleeves of cookies that are in the box? Why do I want to eat this entire pack of cupcakes or muffins? Well, you have to first think about why you're doing it, make a decision to not do it, then feel no guilt about it, and then don't necessarily look for a substitute for it. But if you need a substitute, fine, try a salad with no dressing on it, with just maybe a little bit of apple cider vinegar on it, or some vinegar. You know, the key with salads that I tell my patients all the time is salads are great, but if you're loading it up with ranch dressing, with Thousand Island dressing, and all this mayonnaise and butter, guess what? You're not going to get the benefit from it. It's like eating loads of fat. So you really want to think about what you're doing, value your body. So if you're feeling stressed, number 1, remember that you are worthy. Number 2, make healthier choices with respect to what you're buying in the supermarket or the grocery store. Number 3, if you don't buy it, you won't eat it. Number 4, exercise every day. And number 5, be mindful of what you're eating. Everything you put in your mouth, when you're bringing that spoon or fork up to your mouth, you have to think to yourself, is this everything on this fork? Do I need to eat this? When you look down at your plate and you see all those things on your plate, you have to think, do I need it? I may want it, but remember, everything that we want, we don't necessarily need. And that could be people also. We might want them, but they're not good for us. Food the same way. We may want it, but it's not necessarily good for us. And think about it. You know, the food market has a real good understanding that what we crave. In general, we like things that are sweet, that are salty, and that are sour. And that tastes like fat, because fat tastes so good. That's why bacon tastes good. You know, I'm a baconator. I love bacon. But I do know if I eat it, I have to monitor how much I eat. I'm not going to eat the whole pack. I'm not going to eat a pound of bacon. You know, I'll share a quick story with you. I have one of my good friends. He always tells me, he actually comes to my place like once every 2 months because he's Jewish and his wife won't allow him to have bacon at home. And he's so funny. He'll come to my place and he's like, Levi, I have to get my bacon fix. And he will literally sit down and will cook a pound of bacon and we'll eat the entire thing. I mean, this is like the ultimate BLT. So I want to say to you all out there, as well as to my buddy who I know is going to be listening to this show, is, you know, bacon is okay, but the key is moderation. So if you're eating a lot, you have to modify that and eat less and decrease the amount of stress. So just remember that one thing, I am worthy. I hope that helps. The next question is from YouTube, from Mazza3. That's M-A-Z-Z-Z-A-3. So the question is, Overwatch got Game of the Year, and I think it's the biggest up-and-coming game, and I play it anywhere from 1 to 6 hours a day. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Loving all your content. New subscriber here so far. Much love. Well, thanks a lot, Mazda3. Glad you like the YouTube videos. Grateful that they're helpful for you. You know, I like Overwatch also, so I'll talk about that later on the show because I'm learning to play that game right now, and I do like it quite a bit. I love the characters. The next one is from, this is great, it's from Talented Bacon. Just talking about that. It says, Dr. Levi, straight up, bro, I used to play CS full-time, 82 hours on average every 2 weeks, and I just want to let you know that I really respect you and your wrist exercises and arm exercises. Really helping me deal with long-lasting wrist injury from when I was younger. Keep it up, Doc. All right, Talented Bacon, I love that name. I'm really grateful to hear that. The goal with the gaming community is the following. I want to remind gamers, number one thing is, you can game as much as you want, of course, but then every hour take your 5 or 10 minute break to do those stretches. The stretches that I've given on my YouTube channel are very simple. They're easy to do. You can rotate the ones that you do. If you play for, let's say, 9 hours a day, every 5 minutes per hour, you do different exercise. It will help you tremendously. And I will go with those exercises, and my team and I, when we're talking about exercise, when I'm showing them exercises I want to go over and teach, is that you do them because they're easy to do, 2, they will prevent injury, and 3, you can do them right at your desk while you're playing. You don't have to like get up and move a lot. It'll be great every hour to stand up anyway, to shake out your legs, to do the stretches for your calves. That's very important also to prevent blood clots if you're sitting for a long period of time. However, do those stretches, you'll get the great benefit. The next is from Kyle Adder, K-Y-L-E, last name is A-D-D-E-R. How can you stop yourself when slouching at a desk when gaming? That's a great question, Kyle. The goal is the following. Be mindful of your posture. So I tell most of the gamers I take care of the following. Every half an hour, just kind of like readdress where you are. So if you're sitting like this, slouched over, sit up more straight. Keep your shoulders square, your head up, your chin up. But watch it while you're playing because it's so very, very easy to do this. It's very easy to go literally from being straight across here with your shoulders up and head up to looking closer at the monitor, dipping your neck down more, bringing your shoulders in more, and finally you're like in this position. So again, do the stretches that I've shown on YouTube to increase and better your posture, to increase the strength of the paraspinous muscles. These are muscles that will keep your spine erect and straight, as well as be mindful of your head and neck position while you're gaming. And it's really not that difficult if you really think about it. When you're gaming there, if you're using a joystick or a gaming console or a keyboard, just remind yourself every half an hour, where am I? Just readdress and do the right thing. The goal with posture is the following. If your posture is correct, you want to minimize, the hope is that it will minimize any problems with your neck, with your eyes, with your shoulders, and your overall posture. So you want to really make sure that you're sitting upright. And when you're doing that, of course, you don't want to be sitting upright really tense and stressed out like this and playing. You want to be relaxed, but you want to make sure that your back is straight, that your feet are about shoulder width apart. Don't cross your legs when you're gaming. Don't put one leg on top of the other leg. Just feet flat on the floor. It's not that difficult. The great thing about gaming, it gives you a chance to really interact with our community, the gaming community, and more importantly, it gives you a chance to really play competitively. And that's the goal with the exercises. As you do those exercises, you will minimize injury, but more importantly, increase your strength, increase your action per minute, and also feel good. We want you to feel good. We want you to be able to play and do the things you want without any pain, without any problems. That's very, very important. All right, next question is from Logan HD, Logan HD. What's the best position for a gamer to rest his hand while using the mouse? I'm a semi-pro gamer who does local competitions around gaming cafes, and probably 80% of the people I talk to have wrist and hand pain. I point them in the direction of your videos anytime I can. Thanks a lot. Well, thanks a lot, Logan HD. I'm glad to hear that. And so let's talk about that. I'm actually working on some things right now to show the best position that I believe, as not only as a gamer, but as a physician, to really help people who have problems with their wrists and their hands, their fingers, their elbows. So for right now, I say the best thing to do is to use an ergonomic keyboard to make sure that your hands are in this position when you're gaming, that they're in either neutral position or no more than about 15 degrees upright. However, you want to minimize flexion or hyperextension of your wrist. Those are the things that can cause a lot of problems. And if you think about it, it's really not difficult to be aware of where your body is. Just know every 15 or 20 minutes, reassess where you are. Every half an hour, think about your posture. Every hour, you take your 5 or 10 minute break. And when gamers tell me, oh, Dr. Levi, I cannot take a 5-minute break. It's just, I don't have the time. Well, I remind them of this. Do you have the time to have surgery? Do you have the time to be off gaming for 6 to 9 months because you needed to have surgery? Do you have time to not be able to play because you just need to go to therapy now because your hand had surgery, your wrist or elbow or shoulder or neck had surgery? So one thing about my channel, the Dr. Levi Show in general, about the Twitch TV station, it's all about prevention. It's all about gaming? Yes, absolutely. Couldn't love gamers more, absolutely. But it's all about prevention also. We want you to be able to do what you want to do and can do without having any pain, without having any drama, all right? So I want to thank Logan for that. But again, the position again should be a position of function, meaning that your hands are in this position. No flexion, no hyperextension, maybe 15-degree tilt here, and then you're moving your fingers or moving the mouse. All right, so I hope that helps you. But I'm working on some things right now to help that a lot. So that'll be coming. So stay tuned, Logan HD. The next question is from Balaclava, Balaclava. So I have really a simple question that I've been wanting to ask you. Do you play video games? Which video games do you play? And thank you. You're an amazing doctor and an amazing person. Keep it up. Okay, Balaclava, thank you for the comment. I'm grateful. Well, let me tell you, so I am learning right now. I like first-person shooter games. So like Call of Duty, for example. I find those to be the easiest for me to blow off steam and to feel good about. However, I'm learning Overwatch right now. So hopefully in either January or February, when I feel really confident, I'll take on you guys. So you guys better get ready. I have 2 words for you: game on. So get ready, Balaclava. So I can't wait, so join me on Twitch TV, of course. That's every first Saturday of the month at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And it's just my name, Dr. Levi Harrison, the Dr. Levi Twitch TV show. And the great thing about that broadcast is that I interact with you guys, interact with gamers from all over the world, from India, from Canada, from Iran, Iraq, Nova Scotia, New Zealand, UK, London, So the great thing about Twitch TV is I really get a chance to hear what you guys are thinking and what are the videos that you like me to make, what are the things that you want to discuss, and also to talk about Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch is the game of the year right now. It's unbelievable. It's one of the newest games, but yet it has one of the biggest followings right now and growing by leaps and bounds every month, of course. So Overwatch is my focus right now. My gaming partner now, we're going over that. So I'm learning, a lot to learn, a very fast-paced game. The next one I'd like to learn that I love watching it is WoW. I like WoW a lot, but it's so complicated. I thought League of Legends was complicated, but Overwatch is a whole new ball game of complexity, a whole new ball game of how can I hurt you, Dr. Levi? I mean, your mind has to be on 500 different things. I mean, it's not only the strategy of playing, but the skin that the person is wearing, the abilities that they have, the types of abilities that they have. There's a lot to think about. That's why I tell everyone when it comes to the gaming community, we are athletes, and the gamers are athletes because we have to think about so much. You have to think about strategies about gaming. You have to think about the quickness of your hands and your fingers and your wrists. It's so much. It's complicated, I'm telling you. And as much as I've been gaming, as much as I love gaming, it's not a joke. It's very, very intense. So yes. So those are the games. I've been learning and playing a little bit of League of Legends, which I really like. But Overwatch, I'd say, is really a focus for me right now because most of the people I'm talking with now come in with injuries from different games. And Overwatch right now is a game that almost everyone's playing. They just are. Great game also. The next one is from Kakashi Hatake. It's KAKASHIHATAKE. And I believe that's stated as Hakashi Hatake. It's very unusual for a doctor to care for gamers. I agree with you, Hatake, but guess what? I'm invested. I'm in it to win it with the gamers. My goal is to be in this community to help, to bring assistance, to bring about an awareness about what we can do to keep our community healthy and how we can grow as a community to be safe and also to have rights for gamers. Gamers should have insurance. Gamers should have proper care, proper health care. There's a lot in the gaming community that I think that needs to be reassessed or reevaluated to make it better for gamers because gamers, like many athletes, give so much, especially during their prime. The gaming career is not a super long career, so while you are playing competitively, I want you to be healthy. I want you to feel good, and I also want your managers and for your team to take really great care of you because you deserve that. You deserve to have rights, and you deserve to be treated properly, and you deserve to have appropriate financial compensation. That is my stepping stone here for helping the gaming community. As a physician, I believe that my words will carry far and wide because it's just simply the truth. Gamers are athletes. They deserve to be treated with respect and appropriate, compassionate professional care. That's just the truth. Now, the next questions are from Twitter. This is from an OSU player. It says, OSU wrist pain prevention and body posture, maybe wrist placement and taping style. Does strengthening muscles, okay, these are different questions. So let me just take the first from OSU. Wrist pain prevention and body posture, maybe wrist placement and taping style. So with OSU, again, that's OSU. With OSU, the goal here is really the following. Make sure with any game that you're sitting upright in your chair, that you're not hyperflexing or hyperextending your wrist. That the other thing that can help you too is you can switch the mouse, use the mouse with a different hand if you're using a mouse. And also with the keyboard, make sure that you have an ergonomically balanced keyboard as well as an ergonomic desk placement of your chair, and also a backrest for your chair as well as for your feet. If you don't want your feet directly on the ground, just a little more than shoulder width apart, then you want to make sure that you have a pad for your feet. That's important also. So the goal with posture is the following. Posture is like across the board for everyone. One of the most important things you can do for yourself to prevent injury, but more importantly, to be able to play really well, to play quickly and competitively, and to win. As a gamer, it's all about the winning. It really is. Yeah, everybody likes to play, which is great, but guess what? We all want to win. We want to win big, all right? Now, the next question, also from Twitter, does strengthening wrist muscles help improve in FPS games, FPS first-person shooter games? Absolutely. How could it not? If your wrist and forearms are strong and have been properly stretched out, then by definition, you're going to play faster. You'll be faster. You'll be able to play with less strain to your wrist, your elbows, your shoulders. That's the goal here. How do we prevent all of these injuries? Well, strengthening, stretching, posture, we have to do it. And of course, even as a gamer, I tell people this too. Many gamers would tell me that, well, I don't work out a lot. I remind them that as a gamer, yes, you and I as gamers, we have to work out. We have to set the bar high. Yes, we love playing 6, 8, 12, 16 hours a day. I get that. However, it's also important that you are mindful about your diet, that you are exercising, that you're staying fit, that you are not smoking, that you're minimizing drinking, alcohol. All these things are important to get you fit, to get you healthy. If you're a gamer, great, but I want you to be a gamer that feels good about him or herself. That's what's more important to me. All right, so yes, the strengthening exercise will definitely help you. Not only the strengthening exercise for your wrist, but also it's imperative that you do a strengthening exercise for your forearm as well as for your elbow. And do the stretches also, the inertial exercises. That's NIRSCHL. I've talked about those many times before, but do those exercises too. Another question from Twitter. It would be great to see videos about how to strengthen various hand and arm muscles used in first-person shooter games. Okay, well, thank you for that. Well, I'll do more videos on that. Actually, we'll be shooting videos this week. So you'll get those with, hopefully, I would say, the first or second week in January, we'll have those videos up. Those will be extremely helpful also. But for the meantime, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and take a look at the videos we have there, because even though they may be a year and a half old, they are still applicable. You can still use them, still have great benefits from them. But of course, those exercises, like exercise in general, you have to do it for life. Exercise is life. We need to exercise. To be fit and to be healthy, we have to exercise. It's just very, very important. All right, the next question is, even though I stopped heavy PC usage in games for a year, the constant tingling and pain still persisting in my fingers, I do exercises too. So I would say the following. If you've not been gaming or using the PC now for a year because of pain like that and numbness and tingling in your wrist and in your hand, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go to be seen and evaluated by your doctor. Let him or her evaluate you to see how you're doing. I want to tell you, so often people tell me that, oh, Dr. Levi, I never go to the doctor. I never do this. Listen, doctors, we are folks that are here to serve you. The doctor is here to help you. So if you have a problem, come and see us. We want to take care of you. We want you to feel better. We want you to have a great Christmas, a great Kwanzaa, a great Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. That doesn't matter to us. You know what does matter to us? You. I want you to be fit. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be pain-free. That's what I want for you. So if you're having pain like this, you said for over up to a year, constant tingling and pain in your fingers, please go and be seen. You may have tendonitis that's causing inflammation near a nerve that's on fire. You may have carpal tunnel syndrome because you have compression of the median nerve, which is this area, compression of the median nerve in the wrist, which may need either physical therapy, acupuncture, and injection. And of course, the last part of that domain, of course, would be surgery. But the goal is always to avoid surgery. Why? Because surgery does one of three things. And I don't care what anyone tells you. Surgery does one of three things. It makes you better, it makes you worse, or there's no change. It's always one of those three. And there's never a guarantee with surgery. There's never a guarantee. Even from the best surgeon, there is no guarantee, because you maybe go from having a very small problem to having surgery and having a mega problem. Or you may have surgery and have no big change and have to go to surgery again and again. Or you may have surgery, things get corrected, and you feel fantastic. Why? But why do you want to take that 66.66% chance of things being not better or worse? I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all. So I want to say, if you're having numbness and tingling in your pan and pain, you said, in your fingers, then yes, you have to do it. If you're having pain like that, go and be seen by your doctor. You need to get the evaluation. You may need to have an EMG nerve conduction study. You may simply need to wear a brace for a while. You may need an injection to your wrist. You may need just some physical therapy and acupuncture. Whatever it may be, you have to go and do it. Do it for you, all right? Now, the next question is, I'd love to see a video of what to do if you get a strained neck from playing games. That is a great question. This is from Twitter. So what I'll do is, the videos that we're shooting this week, we'll definitely have some on there about neck and neck exercises, stretching and strengthening exercise for your neck. You can do at home or in your gym or by yourself. But these are things that you can definitely do, all right? So yes, don't worry, we'll get that video done this week for you. It'll be up sometime in January, all right? So I want to also say that, again, we have new videos coming. I want to ask you again to join me on Twitch TV. And Twitch, of course, is every first Saturday of the month. And the Twitch TV channel, just like my name, Dr. Levi Harrison, Dr. Levi Harrison, Twitch TV. And you can follow us, of course, on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Insta, IG, Twitter, and of course Twitch. We're there, so please follow, subscribe, and like us. For myself, again, my goal is to really elevate, lift, and protect the gaming community. That's, my shield that I have for the esports doctor, gamers doctor. It's a shield because I feel like my goal is to really shield and protect gamers, to help them, to get them to feel strong, to get them to feel safe, and to know that they matter. And yes, the gaming and esports athletes are just that. They are athletes and should be respected and compensated accordingly. All right? The other thing I want to say, we'll have highlights from previous shows from Gary Carnegie, who was on the show, and Jeff Bosley, and Jose Luis was on the show. Just great people, as well as Millie Alvarez, who's really spectacular and really a friend of the show. There's so many wonderful guests that we've had on. So I want to say in closing, this has been a phenomenal year. I really want to thank my manager and the producer of the show, Janet Rodriguez, who is really spectacular. The show could not be better without her. I'm grateful for her enthusiasm, for her vision, for her creativity, for her intellect. She makes this show what it really is. I also want to thank the other engineer of the show, Jarvis, who's not with us today, Jarvis Essex, who's really fantastic. Of course, the owner of UBN, Mr. Tony Sweet, also phenomenal. He's sweet as his name, really a good, wonderful person who's really about making UBN a better place, expanding the craftsmanship here, making things better with better equipment, with the green screen. There's so much that we have here. So I want to thank Tony also. And I want to thank our other team members. I thank Mr. Aaron Price and Jamie Price for their contributions, and of course, Nicholas Scolari. I want to tell everyone that as a physician here and with the show, I am really grateful and so blessed to have a team that really works with me. So this holiday season of Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, for me, it's a time of extraordinary gratitude because I can't thank my team enough for having the vision and holding the dreams that I have in such high esteem to make things happen. It makes me very emotional to think that how grateful I am for the people that God's blessed me with to be in my life, to think that I'm worthy of these wonderful people. So I want to thank you for joining us on this holiday show. I want to thank my family also, whom I love. And I want to let you know that the universe is conspiring for your greater good. Have a phenomenal Christmas, an amazing Hanukkah, and a spectacular Kwanzaa. And remember, give, give, give. That's what makes humanity better. And be kind to the veterans. Those men and women are the true heroes. We have our sustained freedoms because of them. This is Dr. Levi. I thank you so very much for joining us. Talk to you soon. The next time I'll see you will be close to 2017. Bye.